Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Code for episode 116 of On the Bacchus of Gods. I'm your DM, Jillian, and we have our players, same as always. We have Kyle, Matt, Greg, Josh, and Katie. Um, you know, it's a new year, boys. Uh, hey, what's time?
Fake.
Fake. Thank you.
Soup.
What is it? Not real.
Yes.
But Happy New Year to everybody, anyways. Uh, I'll go ahead and give us a quick recap, and then I think we can jump into things. Uh, Last session, the team went through some retail therapy to get past a difficult and it seems vaguely unsuccessful conversation with a cultist who seemed kind of shaky in their devotion. And by shaky in their devotion, I mean there was no devotion. It was my friends jumped off a bridge. I was going to jump off a bridge energy. Uh, but you all take the time to gather the things you need to prepare for your trek northwards. And you acquire a new diamond because you used yours recently. Uh, and you also find out from Ember, who is the owner of the magic shop, who is currently, well, who has seemed to have finished making something for the guard, a cultist that you guys are currently looking for, and has informed you that this shaky cultist, Gunhild, has given all of the money, the second half of the money to have this thing finished, said she is going on vacation and somebody else will probably pick it up. And if it wasn't apparent in the moment, it seems you guys took somebody off the chessboard. This character seems to be stepping away from what you have heard. But you put in some orders for some magic items that you're like, maybe they'll find their way to me. Fingers crossed. Um, and when you guys get back to the inn, as Roshan tries to sleep, now having to sleep again, uh, the shadow returns, arms still missing, body tired and unable to hold just like a solid form moving and shifting, and informs Roshan that wherever they were, there were voices. There was something else in its space, in the same, I suppose, arena of being that it was in. And then gave Roshan the option to either save some magic they had stored up for something big for Roshan to grow, or to use this power to make the shadow heal at a much more rapid pace. And Roshan picked the shadow, and didn't have to sleep that night as his connection was regained to his patron. You all make your way northwards. Some of you go on a therapy flight through the skies to relax. Some of you scry on your parents. Keld uses Nyx's magic stored in the spell storing ring to scry on the grand pot and the kettle. And you hear that they just miss you and they're excited for whenever you decide to come home, but think you're doing really great stuff. And then they make out, which seems to happen every time you scry on them. It seems to be like a constant for them. And while Keld, you are moving through this space, which is Nyx's magic, through the rapids that take you through scrying, you hear a voice say, Chief's son, as you are pulled out of this. And then you talk to Nyx, who has never heard voices in the middle ground of scrying. Just the scrying part, not the travel. As you guys continue northwards, uh, you get some sendings. You find a dude who is selling, a next man named Beryl, who is selling a new invention called Beryl's Rollers, which is a bicycle. You guys buy a very expensive bicycle and continue making your way northwards. And that is where we are going to pick up. We are on day 2 of your travels. Um, Garterholm, which was one of the first towns you went to in the eastern part of the continent, Um, you'll be there in about 5 days, 6 days, depending. And then you continue onwards until you get to the capital, which most of you have never been to. But I digress. You have a bicycle in hand. Is there anything you guys wanted to do during the day as you progress forwards?
Hmm.
I don't think it would be on the first day going forward, but beyond that, I think Roshan would like to make one attempt on a uh, puzzle box every day.
Mm.
Every
And
day. Well,
if
we
if
are on the
he's
second day, so
if he's
Okay,
gonna
perfect.
be if he's going to be doing the puzzle box, Nana is going to give the poor man
Mm.
enhance ability when he goes a looking for a puzzle box. Because it pains her to see him struggle so.
Well, it's
Just saying.
Come on, Roshan. First roll of the new year.
You can
Yeah,
do
come
it.
on,
nope.
get it, buddy.
Oh no.
Come
oh,
on.
did you use guidance? You didn't say it out
Yeah.
loud. Not that it might matter in this moment, but
Yeah, I rolled my dice first, and even with guidance, I think
you're not.
And
I
advantage.
forgot what skill we're using. Investigation.
Yes, it's investigate. You
Yeah.
basically need like a 19 or a 20, I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of
A
all you
19 or
have right
20,
now.
and uh, guidance of a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So
You basically need the best that you could possibly do.
just about.
Is why I'm
No
giving
wiggle
you
room.
Fox's cunning for advantage on intelligence checks.
Didn't help this day. What did you get though?
Bummer.
A 13 and a 14, which adds to uh 15, 22.
22. Okay. Moving along. Is there anything else as you progress forward for the day? You guys know 22 is not doing it.
Hmm.
It's DC 30. Everyone can fight me in the chat.
Fine. Yeah, okay.
Fenn's gonna practice riding the bicycle as we travel.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
Your
Someone
travel
should.
is so aggressively slowed. This day, the travel's a little longer.
We're just like, keep up, Finn.
Come
Come on, buddy. Keep it upright.
It's better as the day progresses,
That's
but
fair.
it's
We
still.
bought this thing. We should all learn how to do this. I'm just the first one.
We
That's-
we should all.
We could always try learning while we're at camp.
Oh gosh.
Might be a little easier there than trying to keep up with the cart.
I mean, it's very impressive that you're managing to keep
Nose
up as well
probably
as you
not helping.
are. I'm just saying, you don't have to fall flat on your face for like miles. We could just practice at camp.
No,
I respect the determination.
That's fair.
Just trying
That's
to
what
get
you
good.
want.
I just wanna
Fair
be
enough,
good.
I suppose. Okay, all right. Get
So-
good then.
I'll go ahead and tell you guys, you only, for just riding the bicycle, just for casually riding it, you only roll the first time you ever use it.
Hmm.
And then you can ride a bicycle at the
Oh. So
basic
much
speed
easier
of
than
riding a
real life.
bicycle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say.
You are trained adventurers. You guys are level 11. I'm gonna decide that you guys could probably figure out a bicycle. It's what I'm gonna go with.
That's fair. That's understandable. Nana's
Or
probably
there
got
will be
better
like a
balance than I
thread where
do.
you guys just are furious. You can't ride the bike. But it's going to take a while to be proficient because bikes. This is the
Right.
first one ever.
Yeah.
But
Well, and Fenn's gonna need to practice on this because he's an archer. So at some point he's gonna have to be able to look my no hands on this.
yeah, he's gonna have to
So-
try no hands, which he won't be
This
able to do until
guy.
he is
Yeah.
proficient. But for now, he can ride the bike. Fen, you realize after like a while, and it's like a while of riding the bike, that you're like, I'm gonna get very tired. So either you can push through and get a level of exhaustion, or you can stop.
Mm.
Oh, this isn't a 10-speed? There's no gears on this thing?
No, no,
Alright.
this is all you.
The very
This
first
is all
bicycle
you.
there ever was.
This guy did a really good job of making them, but like not that good.
This is his rough draft.
Alright, Fen will catch back up with the cart and throw the thing back in the cart and take a breather.
Yeah,
did
but
a
you
great
feel
job.
confident you can ride the bike. You're confident you can ride it. In just in the most basic sense of it, you can ride a bike.
Good job.
Anything else, team?
Since we went
as you
so
progress-
slow, I will get off the cart and look for poisonous things because
Nice.
we're already moving at this speed.
Might as well
Ah,
forage.
Yeah.
So
Go
during
ahead
the
and
period
give
that
me.
Fen is-
Yeah, during that like couple hours of riding, you take the time
Uh-huh.
to
Mhm.
sort
I
of
help?
meander in. Yeah, you can give the help action if you'd like to. Nix, go ahead and give me survival.
Okay. Let's see. One of
I'd
them's a
offer to help
1,
you,
so
Fen,
not
but that's
that
a
one.
rather small vehicle. I don't think it'd fit
It's a
two.
16.
Sit on the handlebars. We can go as a team.
Just
We're
Nana
a
like
team, Nana.
knees up around her ears.
Mm,
I'm trying. What do we got next?
16.
16. You're able to find a couple things. You're not super positive what some of them are, but just based on coloration, you're like, well, that looks a little nasty. So you find something that looks a little nasty, and you find a sort of shelf of mushrooms that you know is poisonous.
Could
A
take all
nasty shelf.
those.
It's a nasty shelf. Yeah, casual walk northwards.
You know.
Pushing forward to camp for the night.
I think
Anything
so.
while at camp?
One thing while at camp, Nana would kind of try to pull aside either Nyx or Keld, whoever's more readily available first.
They both are casually standing there. You can
Well,
either
that's
pick one or
excellent.
both.
We're right next to each other. We're just kind of
They're
waiting.
Yeah,
probably
that
next
does
to
make
each other.
That's fine. It's
Looking
not
at
like
the
I'm trying to keep
mushrooms.
secrets here.
mm.
I know that we had someone looking in on us last night. So there is someone that I wanted to ask if we could look in on, but I'd rather not say who, on the off chance that someone might be watching us at the moment.
Should I check?
Okay. Just pull out the
If-
little pot, hand the ring over, and put a scry in it again.
I appreciate that very much. But
Yeah, I
yes,
was
if you could
supposed to,
please
like-
killed.
Ugh.
Oh, what?
I was supposed to do this like a week ago, and then everything got sidetracked. So, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's all right.
Yeah, Nana, you were handed a ring that she just put scrying into.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Do I have to say anything, or do I just think the name and?
Mostly just think about it. You know, it's like meditating kind of, and then you stick your face in the water.
Let
Right.
us know if you need help.
Yeah. Like, so take a breath
I-
beforehand.
There's an 8-foot shadow looming behind you.
So long as I can take a long breath, I do have to submerge my face, though, right?
Just like a teensy. You just gotta touch.
Okay. Okay.
I
all right.
submerge fully, but you know I can breathe in it, so it's a little different.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The
Very
10-minute
handy.
casting time would make it crazy.
Yeah, that would be bonkers.
Good luck, everyone
Oof.
else.
That would be nuts. But yeah.
Okay.
If
Nana, you
was
sort of hesitantly. Who are you scrying on?
Nana was going to scry on her mother. I looked up her name before we started games so I wouldn't forget. And what did I do?
Oop.
It's something with an A, like Amma or Anna or something.
I think
It's
might be
mom.
Mama.
The answer's mom.
It is. I mean,
The
it
answer's
is
my mom.
my mom. Yes, it
and
is.
it uses
my
my
mom.
spell DC.
It does. I looked that up,
Yeah.
and how insane.
Bonkers.
Nice.
Yeah, that's crazy. I there's like 3 people on Earth who can beat you currently in a scry if you know them.
Incredible.
Um, but Nana, you think of your mother, and you begin to make your way upriver. It is the rushing of water past your face and your body, and you're making your way up the rapids. And you're in a room. The room is dark. You can see a little bit of moonlight, or maybe the setting of a sun coming in. But the windows are heavily curtained, so it's hard to tell. You know that this is your mother's bedroom. And like the older woman she is, you see her asleep in bed.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. That that makes a lot of sense actually. I did not think that through very well, but that's fine. She's okay.
As a
That's
woman
fine.
who was old enough to have Ave,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no,
she went to bed early.
that tracks 100%, 1 to 1. Nana isn't mad about it either. She's just going to spend the 10 minutes just kind of looking in on her mom and checking to see how she's doing, just seeing if she seems uncomfortable while she sleeps or if she might look like she might be sick or anything like that. Just kind of sit with her for the 10 minutes.
I mean, you could roll insight or medicine if you're trying to check in on something.
Yes. I'd like to do, I think insight is my better one. Yeah, insight if I may. Oh, nice. That is a 19.
Okay. You look her over, her breathing seems steady. Her it occasionally catches. But nothing that worries you and nothing you haven't like heard before. There's no change, no like noticeable difference. Um from what you're able to see in the mostly dark room, nothing really stands out to you as ominous or foreboding or sickly. Seems good.
That's a
And then
relief.
the 10 minutes passes and you are pulled from the rapids and you are back amongst your friends. Just the tip of your nose, like you have to wipe a bit of the water off of it, but you're good.
That was wonderful. Thank
Welcome
you.
back.
Thank you. I feel a lot better. Thank you so much for letting me have use of that. Really. Thank you.
Not a problem. Why not do it?
You're right. You're right. Uh, it's hard being away from home and not being able to see the ones you love. I know you know that.
I've seen them enough. They haven't seen me. It's just kind of
Well, I'd imagine if you've got the use of it day in, day out, it's an easy matter to just look in on them if you're worried.
I guess we
collect
could
my
send them a
thoughts.
message sometimes too now.
That's true. I
Hello, my
in
name
my
is
personal
Roshan.
experience,
Roshan, put it in
make
the
sure
ring.
make sure that he is not in a pranking mood. If you do ask him to convey any messages, I have been victimized on more than one occasion by certain members of this party in the relaying of messages to people I would have preferred to maintain a little more decorum with. So,
Like what?
Who?
Yeah.
Well, my political fiance, for one.
You have
Is
a
that-
fiance.
Is that who you checked on?
Not on this
I-
occasion.
I have another spell. You could do it again if you want to check in. I'm just saying.
Well, I don't want to take up all of your resources if anyone else wanted.
She'll just yell out, does anyone else want to use the scribe pot today?
Come get y'all scry juice.
No?
Fen, meanwhile, is practicing on the bike. Roshan is throwing the puzzle box against a tree.
That's the background.
I don't think they want it, so.
All right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Nana would like to check on Valder as well.
I don't know why this is the one that's making me think.
What has he been doing?
You are using her spell, but you are the one casting it,
Mhm.
which means it would be based probably on your knowledge then of the person and not Nyx's, even though it uses her spell save.
I also
I have some
the
questions
dagger
for
that
Dungeons and
Valder gave me.
No,
I
no,
have the
I'm gonna
dagger.
let him roll. He's gonna at least get to roll.
That's
Amma did not
fair.
get to roll.
We need to talk to
There
Mr.
was no
Dungeons
point
and
for
Dragons.
her.
Yeah.
Oh. No, and then it minuses by 10 billion. No. No, it's good.
Uh-huh.
Once again, Nana, you go up
Whoosh!
the rapids.
It's a weird
moving.
feeling.
It is. You have magic. Not magic like this. This is a different beast. It's very much a different beast.
It's much wetter.
It is. All I have is this good berry and this smite that catch thing on fire. No water.
That's all I got. That's it.
And you are outside. It looks to be around the same time of day that it is currently. And you are looking at Valder, who is sitting on an overturned log, and the snow has been brushed off of it, and is currently, it looks like, holding a pair of socks on a stick close to the fire. You owe me. Yes, yes. And you hear a voice like kind of off to the side. Yes, yes, you're a good friend. Thank you, thank you. And you can kind of catch on, probably not his socks, and he is helping one of his companions out. And there's just a moment of him sitting there, and there's kind of banter. Nothing of note. And sort of as the time progresses, and he's laughing, and he's pulled out his water skin and he's drinking from it. And there's a couple times he's like lowered the stick closer to the fire and they've laughed. And then it gets quiet and they stop. And you watch him perk up. You watch as he slowly moves to standing. You watch as he raises his hand, gives a little motion to somebody next to him, you assume. And he begins to walk. And it seems the light of the fire and the light of things around him get a bit darker as he moves away from them. His features less defined as he moves further into a wooded area, you assume, as you can see bits of tree behind him. You watch as he reaches for his weapon, and he pulls out this sword and runs forward. 10 minutes is up, and you are pulled
Ooh.
back.
Oh. Well,
Hmm?
probably nothing to worry about. I hope.
Probably.
Let's talk about it once we've got the bubble up. Yeah, it's something that I think Fen and Roshan would probably want to hear anyway. So,
Mm.
yeah,
All right.
later. But thank you
Um,
again.
So before the bubble, Roshan wanted to check in on his aunt and Hertha in Galunder. I don't think, just a general check-in. I don't have anything specific for them. Is
So
Galunder
you are
okay?
sending them a message.
Yeah,
Are you sending both of them a message, or are you just sending your aunt a message as a check-in?
both of them.
Then I will give you just a casual update from them.
Great.
Your aunt seems to be well. You are scolded for not messaging more often. She says you are capable. She's unsure why you don't. And of course, as she is prone to do, she will talk over the allotted time, but she seems well.
Good.
Your mother seems very confused.
Oh, I sent to Hertha. Freya and Hertha.
Hertha! I was just like, why? I don't know why I was just like, he's talking to his mom in her head. This is gonna be.
Oh,
Sorry
no.
about that. I was just like,
Ooh, yeah.
how
Oh,
do
that
I?
would have been
How,
difficult.
how do
That
I?
would have been difficult for everybody involved.
I was just like, you're like, I have nothing specific, and I'm like, okay, man.
Okay. If you're
No, that makes
sure.
more sense. So just checking in on Hertham.
Yeah. And
Okay.
and the Galunder.
How you and the Galunder?
Yeah.
How both you and also Galunder?
She says things are well. Erling is well. Galunder is well. How much longer do you think?
Oh gosh.
Well, he will not reply to that. Perhaps
Oh,
another
no!
day.
Oh
Oh, gosh.
boy.
And then he will, his last third level spell, he will, target Egil and send him. Hi, sorry for the scare. Things are fine. Don't worry about me. How are you?
There is a delay. There is a pause. And you can almost hear like the almost start of sentences. Like you can feel like just the edge of the first word coming to happen, and it like just almost turning on a light switch, not fully pushing it. Thank you for messaging me. I have been worried. I'll assume you've been busy. I want to talk more. Tomorrow. And it cuts off.
Love that.
He wants to talk.
And then Roshan, I think, will turn immediately to Nyx and be like, "You want to go flying?"
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh
sure.
boy.
Put her stuff
And then Roshan will transform into another red-winged blackbird, but this one, a little bit bigger, a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still just as stupid, but boy howdy.
Still just
He
as
is
stupid.
spry
But
boy.
bigger and faster.
Probably
Bigger,
still stick with
faster.
my owl.
Yeah. You both take off. Not like I think y'all are sneaky or anything, but like anything while the team is gone, while the team is separated, either party.
Oh no.
Finn's gonna just play with Jenny. He's not gonna try and teach her anything today. He's just gonna baby her a little bit and
Just getting a break.
just play games.
Fun.
Nana
Okay.
wants to try and bond with Thick Biscuit. She gonna try. What's Kilt gonna do?
Kild's gonna work on food, I think.
Hell yeah.
Someone's gotta.
I mean,
Somebody
God love
has
you.
to.
God love you, my dude.
Right, animal handling. Advantage if you're using speak with animals.
I am. Because I got to talk with my boy. Ooh, okay. Animal handling.
Hmm?
Well, it is a 19. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
No.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
you think that this horse definitely would save your phone number, like in their phone, and it wouldn't just be like a random number that pops up and they have to guess. Like you are saved in this horse's phone, but
Hell yeah.
it is
This
just
horse
your
has-
name and the initial of your last name. That's
Oh no.
that's
God
where you are.
damn. Not even
But
like
you-
a
Hmm.
funny picture to go with it. It's
There's
just like the
no
default.
picture or emoji
Okay.
afterwards. It is just the
Got it.
name.
Right.
But
Okay.
you can, but the horse seems to be able to follow pretty simple commands as it already has been able to do. But you start trying to specify a little bit more,
Yeah.
stopping
yeah.
and going on its
Sure.
own, separate from the cart. But
Right.
Hmm.
it seems capable. He seems willing.
Okay. All right.
That's
That's
so
good.
close. That's a
That's good.
shame.
Yeah, that's fine.
If only guidance was here.
No, it's okay.
Aw.
We need it for the puzzle box.
Both
It's fine.
guidances
We need
are
it for the
gone.
puzzle
Guidance
box.
is a cantrip. It can happen constantly.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm
He's
good.
got bardic inspiration too.
I was like,
Yeah.
best guidance.
You
It's
just do it when the
okay.
bird's gone. I'm
It's
fine.
fine. There,
I'm good.
he needs his bird time.
Okay.
Don't we all?
Don't
I
we
feel
all
like we
need
do.
bird time?
I think we do all
Uh,
need bird
can
time.
I- Invite
Eventually,
people with
Team
home?
Bird would eventually return to the group.
Unless y'all were planning on like shitting on our heads or something.
Rude.
It does
Nah,
seem weird.
I
Not-
think
not this
Roshan's
time.
nicer than that.
That makes sense. He didn't
And then I
forget
would
that.
Yeah, I would assume that then when
Don't think
Roshan
right.
returns, a bubble is formed and you guys have a safe, warm place to sleep.
Excellent.
Anything while we're in the bubble.
Nana will bring the team up to speed on the fact that while Valder seemed to be fine on an initial check-in, seemed to be out on patrol with a squad, didn't get to see if they were Jarlsmen or anybody else specific, but other soldiers. They seemed set upon, towards the end of the 10-minute scrying period, by something in the woods, probably. And they're probably fine.
There's a lot of probablys.
Does anyone have a sending to reach out to them and make sure they're fine?
Nope.
Did we put one in the ring?
No, it's empty.
Oh,
I'll have a look in on Valda tomorrow, before we leave for the day. But I figured I would at least make it known to the lot of you. Who knows? Probably things are all right. I can't imagine they're much worse in the West than they are over here, but either Volder is entangled in something that's fairly far away from Galunda, or if it's corruption related, maybe things are not working out so well with the spell. I don't know. I guess once we know more, we'll know more.
I mean, right now it doesn't seem like we know anything. If it's could be bandits that he's fighting, or Bosch might have dealings in the West that we're unaware of. And if Volder's missions dovetail with ours, it seems to me that we should be working on the same page. We can share information, and that could be to both of our advantages. With precious few people I feel we can trust in this world, and it seems like Volder is one of them.
I certainly don't want to misplace that trust. I want to be careful in how we reach out to him. If, in fact, our movements are being monitored, I don't want to tip off anyone who's watching us to whom or where we may be casting our own eyes. So, I want to make sure Volder's all right too, but I don't want to endanger him in the process.
That makes me think, too, the fact that we are presumably being monitored, and by some parties that we're aware of and other parties that we know probably have the capability of monitoring us. Three of us share a particular mark that I was not happy about getting in the first place, and maybe at some point we can see about getting rid of them.
What are these marks?
They're from Olavi.
Sven will pull up his pant leg and show his calf with the burn mark. It seem to have some deal of value. It's just a matter of who they have value to. And I'd honestly rather not have mine whatsoever, honestly, but if it can be put to use when we get to the capital to sway something in our direction, then I say we make use of it and then rid ourselves of it. I don't want to be looked in on by anyone, Bosch or otherwise.
I don't blame you there. My concern is if we do wind up removing the marks, then bare minimum, Olave is passively aware of the fact that he can't look in on us the next time he tries. If he has been. Or the system has some sort of, I don't know, alarm or something that trips when it is disabled. I don't know. I just
didn't
want us to be aware of the fact that we may not get rid of it without at least tipping off Olave to the fact, and presumably then not being able to make use of any further goodwill from him or his organization if we needed it.
He didn't reach out when Roshan fell. Roshan, is your mark still intact?
I assume so. Yeah.
So it doesn't seem the mark allows him to know if we're alive or dead, or he doesn't care. It's interesting to take note of.
Yeah, I mean, of course, he does also have a necromancer in his employ. Could be that the mark can tell whether you are only dead enough to be within a certain margin of resurrection versus something else. I don't know. It's
all quite beyond my
really
understanding. It's just something I don't like.
No, I understand. I'm not thrilled with having it. It's just I was rather hoping that it might prove something useful. I don't know. A bond that we might be able to make use of at some other point further down the line. But if it's just going to prove to be another set of eyes on our back and nothing else in return, then not much worth the cost.
He's just not the sort of person I like to be beholden to in any sort of way.
You know.
Is this someone we should be worried about?
I don't know that it's someone we need to directly worry about, but it's certainly someone I wouldn't say we could trust.
Hmm.
Certainly
We
not
seem to be in his
someone-
good graces to some extent now, but not someone whose pocket I want to be in.
I see.
He's certainly more motivated by coin than by the destruction of his own city, so...
That's unfortunate.
You're not the only one who feels that way.
Well, if whenever you want to try getting rid of it, I could try. I don't know how strong it is. Like, if it's magical, I could attempt something. But if you want to hold on to it, that's all on you.
Well, it seemed to have some degree of financial function, along with a message sent by its caster at another point, and I mean, I'm not sure where all we can cash that in for our advantage. I'm not sure. I'd be happy to see mine go as soon as possible, but it might be something that tends to be useful later on down the line, and I'm not sure that it matters which of us or how many of us possess it. If you wanted to try to get rid of mine tonight, I'd be all for it, but that's, at this point, I think something that's up to the party and not me individually.
I'd feel more comfortable if we waited until we were in a town, only because if there is any sort of targeting mechanism to disabling these marks, then we are out in the wilderness with a target on our back and no ability to go to ground. So, if we can wait until a town...
I don't want to jeopardize our safety. That's the only reason I say that I leave it to the party to decide, and I guess that's what we'll do. Keld, how's dinner coming? It smells delicious.
It certainly does.
I think it's ready.
I just pictured Keld with like a plate, just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's been good.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are hungry?
Oh, you all wanted to eat too?
You all eat. There's casual conversation to be had. Nothing before bed? We good? Okay. And boy howdy, look at this. The night passes uneventfully.
Amazing.
You guys take a long rest.
Excellent.
I will do this sporadically.
Mhm.
Don't take it one way or the other if you guys have to like do watch on certain nights. Don't don't immediately be like, Jillian, you son of a bitch.
Fen did want to have want to be awake for the last watch to try again to brush the snow off of the bubble before it burst.
Yeah, I mean, snow is always going to get
Looking
like a
out,
little bit
looking
on
out.
everybody, but you're able to get most of it off.
Kind of like skimming it off the top, like with leaves off the top of a pool.
I already forgot about that.
You won't once it happens often enough.
You all are getting your things ready. You're having breakfast. Hey there, darling. You hear a voice in your head, Roshan.
Oh, bright and early.
Oh.
You recognize Valroten's voice.
Oh.
If you could be so kind, tight timeline. Stab your sword into a tree. Strongest spell you got. Thanks. And that is the end of the message.
Huh.
Okay.
What?
Well, that's
Tight timeline, bud.
Well, yeah, I
Time's a ticking.
guess Roshan will walk away from the group. saying thank you, Valrone. And
I gotta take this call.
sorry, I gotta take
I'll be
this.
back in a second. It's really important.
He will draw the rapier and with it pointed at a tree, I think he will cast with the shadow's help mislead, a fifth
Okay.
level spell. And it will, I think the shadows just start pulsing off of him and using the rapier as a focus, try to contact Eagle.
You can feel your magic moving into the rapier. And you are immediately hit with a second magic that seems to also be hitting the rapier in tandem with yours. And it sort of pulls you forward. And the tip of the rapier touches the tree and stays there. It doesn't plunge into the bark. It just rests unassisted. And you watch as your magic and this other magic slowly drip from the edge of the blade and become sort of a thin, translucent sheet. It kind of warbles and moves and shakes and steadies for a moment. And it's not as nice as a lot of the ways Eagle has communicated with you, where he looked as if he was in the space with you, that he was indistinguishable from the actual him. This is an image that lacks color, lacks a good bit of substance and detail, but Eagle is projected from this sword in this space beneath it.
What does Roshan do at this projected Eagle?
Oh, sorry, I have another
don't
call.
know.
You just start. Sorry, I have another call I gotta take.
Call waiting.
How do I
I think he'll
hold?
just nervously say, so you wanted to talk?
Yeah, shit, sorry about that. I was standing amongst interesting company. Didn't want to sound too much one way or the other.
Oh. So, last we talked, well, previously you mentioned that Brilla had her own agenda. Well, should we trust her? Should we not?
He is looking at you, mouth slightly agape. Hey, I love the businessman in you. What happened?
Sorry. Valrone said we didn't have much time.
Oh, don't listen to her. We have a little time.
I confronted one of Bosch's people who didn't like that I wore the face of her dead lover. And she's good with poison. I went down like a sack of bricks. But it was only for a couple seconds. It was not a big deal.
He is not in the space with you, but the eye contact is as if he is right there.
Oh boy.
No big deal.
I was perfectly safe. I had friends there in seconds.
You feel like it's no big deal? Like you personally? Dying? Even for just a moment?
No, it sucked. But I can't let myself wallow in a pit of despair about it. It happened. We fixed it. And we moved on.
And you're fine.
Roshan will turn in a small circle and say, I feel fine.
The amount of distress you cause me. I chose to feel this distress. Let's go back to your topic then. Let's talk about Brilla for a minute. Where are you heading to right now?
Garderholm, and then
Mm-hmm.
up to the library. Got a few topics we need to inquire about.
Mm. No stops in the capital?
I'm sure we'll be there. It's on the way.
No. You won't. Roshan, I am asking you to give me time. And at your current trajectory, at your current pace, you know where I am. You're smart. Not a fucking idiot. You can't be there when I'm there. We can't stumble into each other. You
Why?
can't be dead again in another town.
Why do you think I would be?
Maybe it's my fault. Have I made it not apparent that I'm fucking terrified of the happy married couple? I just want to know if I haven't portrayed that, because sometimes I am not the best at putting my emotions forward.
You've made it clear enough. But should I just tell everyone, no, we have to take the long way around? We're tired.
Yes. Just don't use the main road, go around the fucking city. It is not a good time to be there. This is not the time to be in that fucking city.
What's going on there?
I mean, we are on a bit of a time limit. How much do you know?
Uh, very little.
It's fine, you're fine, it's fine. There is an event taking place in Jarlsbecker where the shittiest people are gonna show up and have a big old party. A lot of deals happen, a lot of talk happens. I've been once. This will be my second time. I decided after that first time I was not interested. That city is gonna be teeming with the worst people on the fucking continent. Some of the most powerful, some of the worst, and then just people who like a party. Honestly, I'm not gonna just like say it's only like assholes. There's just also random ass people who show up.
Then maybe that's exactly the place we need to be. There are nasty people in my future, and you can't save me from all of them. We are actively pursuing a couple.
I am furious. I've been working on trying to. It is an unnecessary danger. It is an unnecessary danger to put on your plate and your friends' plates. It is an unnecessary danger to put on my plate.
Can nothing be gained from it?
I can. It's the only fucking reason I'm here. And then I'm gone. I am asking you that if for some reason you just cannot control yourself, that you must go into town, because you know what? I'm just coming to terms with that. That you keep pushing through. I need you. I want to go home. I want to go home with you. That's honestly the only thing on my fucking want to do list. Hell, you could sit right outside of town for a few more weeks, and I would pick you up and I'd carry you home. And let the world figure itself out. But you are not going to do that. And I know that. And I'm not going to question your motives. We have different perspectives, different reasonings. Brilla is part of a group. We refer to them as flies on a wall. They are information brokers, cover the whole damn continent. They don't work for the people in the town they're in. They work for somebody who controls all of the flies.
She wanted everything about you. Flies, obviously, have interest in you. Whether that's to manipulate or blackmail or what.
If it
Should
makes you feel better, I'm not worried about them. I can say that with certainty, at least on my part.
okay. And we gave information to Brilla that she promised to disseminate in for information about you. It's information, a counter campaign against Bosch. Should we never speak to her again? Should I? Is there something I can say to her to make it worth it? Or not?
Well, you put me in a little bit of a situation with that question. I may be currently speaking to, of recent, a bit of honey, known to attract flies. I think they are just making sure that I am staying on their straight and narrow, which, honestly, I am. I wouldn't work with Brilla.
Okay.
And honestly, even if I made up something for you to tell her, which crossed my mind, it wouldn't work. I'm being watched on a few fronts.
We are too.
Look at you.
I'm so young and still making the right enemies, huh?
I could scream. The urge to scream is just. We are going to go home. That's the end of it. At some point, we're going home.
When you're done with whatever it is you have going on, a party that does sound like fun. What are you going to do? Are you going to go home? Are you going to come find me and bring me home?
For us personally, I don't think it's best that I just march my way around the continent. I don't have as much sway in the East as I do in the West, anyways.
So you'd prefer I meet up with you?
I would prefer you go to Garterhome and then casually look left and then go that way. After this, I want to go fucking home. And I'd like you to be there.
I'd like to be there too. But things are just heating up.
Yeah.
Bosch and is now working with Mikkel, at least insofar as we can tell. And they commissioned a very expensive item in Noan Sicht, but we got I think Roshan will keep it quiet at this point, but leave some wiggle room for Egil to assume and just say, we got no further with it. And now we travel north into the unknown, and hopefully we can find some answers at the library.
You know, I think you would love the library.
Calling me a nerd?
I'm just saying, I think you'd get there faster if you weren't distracted by a shitty party. I will ask again that you not come to the capital. But I know that's fruitless, and I'm deciding how that makes me feel. But you're your own goddamn person, and like, if I am seen physically carrying you out of town, that's also not going to be a good look for anybody.
You're not wrong.
Except for the fan artists.
Yes.
Well, we are running a bit low on time. Anything else?
Just 1 second. I think Roshan will run back to the group and then
Jesus fucking Christ.
and then we'll grab Nyx.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Oh boy.
Yes! Yes!
Bring her into frame and say, Nyx, Egil Nyx. She's the one who's getting a little spicy and spying on you a little bit.
Give a wave.
This little
Nice to
gremlin.
meet you. God, you both look like fucking trouble. I don't know why I'm trying to get you to do shit. I don't know why that
That's
intro
true,
like,
right?
put it out there like it was gonna do anything.
Well, be
Hey,
safe.
while you're here, Nyx, I'll go ahead and tell you, I'd prefer that you all not go to the capital because it's going to be full of shitty people who don't care about your lives. I would like you to also know that information. You can go around and go to the library. That would be the best bet for not dying. I don't expect anybody to fucking heed me because why would anybody? Not like I know shit for shit, but I'd rather somebody else know. And then I could look two people in the dead face and say, I told you so. You know? Two funerals.
Oh boy.
I've
Actually,
been there before. It's not that bad.
I think I'm running out of time, honestly. The amount of time I have left on this is unclear. You won't be able to use anything else from this sword for the rest of the day.
Lovely.
Makes sense.
Try to stay out of any scraps then.
Good idea.
Nyx is just slowly backing away. I believe.
If you die again, I will lose my mind.
It's not in the plans.
I got a shitty meeting to go to.
Well, serve them all crunchy cocktails, and you'll win them right over.
Thing is, I'm a lot more suave in the West. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you couldn't pull anything in the east or in the. Wait, never mind. I got my
Where am
my
I?
directions wrong.
Yep.
Where am I?
Hello?
Who knows?
See you around.
See you around.
You watch him like kind of reach up and like tap his chest a couple times, tapping the shirt. And then you watch as that secondary magic sort of fades off the edge of the sword. And then you watch the sword fall to the ground and sort of clatter, no longer magically linked to this place. And you see Nyx is about like 5 yards back.
Nana's kind of watching from the campfire. She didn't want to get up in Roshan's business, but she's kind of been like low-key peeking over her shoulder for a while.
Everybody pretending not to be watching, but like
So
literally
curious.
everyone watching.
Yep.
Yeah,
Not listening
Um,
in.
basically.
Not really close enough to hear much. Besides a
So-
few things.
I think Roshan will walk back and, just give it a try for Egil and say, so, a friendly face thinks the capital is far too dangerous for us and
Oh, really?
thinks we should go around to get to the
How
library.
friendly is the face?
Very friendly.
I
Maybe
mean-
I don't know if he was really that friendly for me, but
For you, I mean, perhaps.
Who is telling us not to go to the capital?
Egil.
Oh, gods.
What was his reasoning?
So whatever party he's invited to is filled with a lot of nasty do-batters.
Was this the
Oh.
same party that he was press ganged into attending by the happy married couple?
Yeah.
Huh.
So apparently Garderholm this month is party to all of the nastiest folks around.
Well, we do want to kill a couple of the nastiest folks around.
That's
Couple
what I
of
And if
them,
that's
told
the
yes.
place we might be able to find them.
The only problem then becomes, how do you kill one or two of the nastiest people in the continent while 98% of the rest of the nastiest people on the continent are also there and probably will not stay their hands once blood is in the water?
Those sound like bad company.
you wouldn't attack them at the party. You have to follow them, find where they're staying, or some secret things. You don't just go in swinging.
We're
See,
not
that's
very
why I-
good at that. We're
I've only known her
patently
for-
not very good at that.
I've only known her for a couple of weeks. I love this girl here. She's smart. She has good ideas. That being said, Eagle's a dick, but he's saved our asses on several occasions. And he seems to know a lot of things about things that we don't know a lot of things about. Now, I'd rather learn those things and be as good as he is about them, but I'm not sure we'll ever be capable, at least not, someone like me, of being
Well,
that
maybe-
way. But
Maybe not in the same fields of expertise as Egil, but other things, probably.
So maybe his words are some we should heed?
I'm rather inclined to say so. He's got more practice with dealing with the underworld of the continent than we have, at the very least. Not for nothing, Roshan, but I'm sure, given I would guess he said as much to both you and Nyx. I'm not going to guess what that means. You tell me what that means, Roshan.
What means?
The fact that Egil felt that he needed to tell you and Nyx both that he rather thought it would be better if we avoided the capital.
Did he tell you to bring me over?
No.
Instant relief.
another.
I-
Okay, go ahead, Roshan. I'm sorry.
For a long time, I had us aimed toward the capital because I wanted to be there when he was, but he may have a good point. There's nothing that draws us there. Is there, Jillian?
Hey, Jillian, is
God?
there anything?
Squid.
Hello?
I got packages being delivered there.
Yeah, we have to go there
I
for
just
that.
want my
Yeah.
packages.
Oh yeah.
We're
Uh,
fools.
I'm sure it's gonna be a minute before they get there.
It'll probably be fine.
You know,
we'll
Roshan,
probably be able to come back after the month is over.
Or we could just
I mean,
tell her
Bosch
to
is heading
reset
northwards
them.
to Jarlsbecker. You don't know if he is stopping there.
Mhm.
You just know that was the direction and place stated. He could be going further. He could be stopping before. He could be going around. You don't know.
Well, let's travel for about a week and then start checking in, and maybe some of Bosch's associates will let their guard down enough, and we can figure out if they're hanging around.
I hope they let their
Jarlsbecker.
guard down.
Well,
Ah.
That we are going to take a 10-minute break.
Yes.
Thank you all for watching so far. Go get a snack and a drink, and we're going to be back in 10 minutes to hit the road. See you guys then.
Thank you, Ted.
Oh, am I in? What's up?
We're in.
I mean, welcome back
Yes.
to the Dice Cult. For episode 160 about the bags of gods. We just took a 10-minute break. Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong. Everyone's good. Okay, that's all that matters. We can't see Greg. Meh, meh, meh. The people can see Greg.
I can see me.
Yeah, I see
And
him
if Greg
in
can see
the
Greg-
dice cult, but not in Ninja. But it's fine. If the people can see Josh, then and Greg.
Wait, you can't see
And all of
Josh?
us.
I think you should probably push refresh.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay,
refresh your
Josh.
video
Y'all
real quick,
keep
Gregory.
going. Y'all keep doing your shit. Don't mind me.
Everyone's gone.
Yeah, just give it a little refresh, Gregory, on your video.
Oh.
Yeah, you're the one they can't see. I can see you.
I
Sounds
see
like
everything.
their
Oh, it
problem.
seems everybody else needs to refresh because Katie can see. Oh, well, hey guys, you
We'll
can
see.
watch us troubleshoot just real fast.
You know?
A refresh fixed it, but then Gregory might have.
And then
refreshed as
then
well.
he just. Yeah.
Oh,
Ha!
Oh,
And
eh,
now-
oh,
Uh-huh.
There's a
what?
Gregory.
Am I here?
Oh,
You're
you
here.
are.
Okay.
Am I present? Are we good? I'm pushing forward because I say we're
Let's
good.
do it.
Um,
Hell yeah.
See everyone.
we'll see what happens. You all push forward, getting ready for the day, getting on your cart, getting your things ready, finishing breakfast, deciding, hey, do we go to a party? We totally have time to think about it. Maybe we won't. Yeah, okay. Maybe we won't go.
We'll give it a good hard think.
I promise, Jillian, we will think about it.
Roshan asked the group because Eagle seemed like he would be disappointed.
Yeah, we really like it'd be one thing if he were just like mad with you about it. He'd be disappointed.
Yeah. So Roshan
I don't
could
wanna
say
do
he
that to
You
tried.
don't want to
dude.
disappoint Daddy.
I don't want to do that to you.
Well, you have
Hmm.
time to think about it.
We got
Um,
time to think about it.
You all continue
Oh.
forward, and about an hour later, they took a trip. Roshan, you hear another voice in your head. Aliona's voice moving through your space. They took a trip. The leg you recommended is vacant. I thought you should know. That's where it cuts off.
The leg we mentioned, the lighthouse.
Roshan will reply. The denizen is quite eccentric and perhaps didn't want to be bothered on that day, or could be working a shift at the muffin factory.
I think that was exactly 25. Uh, uh, you do not receive a reply. Just Aliona going from the lighthouse to a bakery, like, is there like a god in here? What are we doing? No?
God in
Yes?
here.
What is
What's up?
What? I was
Is there?
told I could
Is
find
there?
somebody interesting.
What's up? No?
I will
Okay.
take deities or crawlers, whichever you have.
I'll take both. If both on table, I'll take both. But you receive that message from Aliona, and you begin to push forward. Anything you guys want to do today for the first leg of the journey? Yes, Nana.
Nana does want to check in on Valder before we stop for the night,
Oh yeah.
but would like to make sure nobody's watching us before that.
Mm.
If
Yeah,
possible.
I think Roshan's been keeping the sea invisibility lantern lit pretty much as long as we're not in the dome.
That makes sense to me because we have infinity oil. We can just
We
have
do.
that bitch going.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then sometimes while in the dome too, because he needs it to see the writing in his journal.
There you go.
We don't have
So-
infinity oil. We have infinity oil over time. We have a quart of oil a day.
That's a lot of oil.
Just for clarification.
I mean,
I
I
will
don't
also
think you
do a
need it that way.
clarification on something that I said I would clarify, and really what I'm going to say is not clarification. It's just, it's least to do what you want. The oil is used for cooking,
Oh.
but it is flammable. So do
Okay.
whatever you want.
Well,
Do whatever you want with it. It flammable. Do what you want.
it
The
light
oil is for
lantern.
you to use as you
That
please.
is super.
Enjoy.
Hmm.
Mm.
Enjoy. Are we
Well, I'll
looking
just
for a
say because
scrying
I
eye?
have to imagine that the bicycle does not have the most comfortable saddle on it. That Fen probably has some like sores, so he's not riding it today. But he is gonna
That's a good
like
idea.
So once a
return
day,
his attention.
bi-weekly, bi-daily.
Yeah, every other day.
But
Fen's gonna
daily.
be looking out for things with a stony gaze as we travel.
Yeah.
Okay. That is fine. You can go ahead and give me a perception check, just a flat one, as I'm assuming, once again, somebody is helping you, but you guys are going at a brisk pace.
Yeah.
24.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Nice.
Can you spare a fox's cunning? 'Cause
Oh
try.
yes.
all right,
Definitely.
I'll try. No.
Oh.
What do we got?
Real bad today.
Oh.
18.
Oh, buddy. Damn.
No cigar.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all right. We'll try again
Got
another day.
plenty of days on the road.
We do.
You
we
don't
do.
feel like you even, got close today,
Yeah.
Off day.
Yeah.
Resetting kind of back where you were by the end of the day.
Um. If I could check and see whether or not we've got anybody scrying on us before trying to scry on Valder.
How are you guys doing?
I'll do a lantern sweep.
Are there any orbs hanging around?
Somebody is welcome to give me a perception check. Sounds like multiple people are looking, so it could be done with
Yeah.
advantage. Fen is currently using his eyes for the road,
That's
so
fair.
Fen's off the table.
Okay. Well, if somebody will take my help, or if somebody wants to give me help.
You can do it with advantage.
All right. I will take that. Oh, nat 20. Hell yes.
Wow.
Nice.
Plus 6, 26.
You don't see anything.
Cool. All right then. Excellent. May I then please borrow your pot again, Nix?
Sure. She'll use shape water instead of giving off to grab snow and just fill it really lazily. Stand over
That's
the
so
thing.
handy.
All right.
Ridiculously
You put-
convenient.
You put the spell into the ring,
Mhm.
and you hand it off to Nana, who on the cart's like, okay,
Okay.
don't
Just
spill
so
the
long
pot.
as
Don't
yeah,
spill it.
don't spill the pot. Don't juke my face forward and drown myself.
Hey guys, somebody just
It's
keep an
fine.
eye on me, you know?
It's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Just
I trust these
just a
guys. They'll
casual
pull me
eye.
out if I die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they wait to be sure. They're like, yep. All right, bring out the diamond. Let's go, boys.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, is there any point to rolling sometimes? Maybe.
Maybe.
You press your face right up to the water, the tip of your nose touching, a bit of your hair falls in, and you're rushing up the rapids and moving up this stream, and you can feel just like the rush of water past you. And you are watching Valder ride a horse. going at a pretty fast pace, currently riding a horse.
Does he look injured? Do I see blood?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh, not very good. 11.
Not that you can see. I mean, he is wearing like a large bundling cloak that he wasn't wearing when you saw him in the first scrying, so you don't know. And you can't really tell where he is or where he's going. You have nothing to really base it on.
Hmm.
Just quickly riding a horse.
Can I tell
So,
if the
alive.
hooves are beating against dirt or cobbles, or can I tell what the
With
horse
your
is moving
perception
on?
check, not really.
No. Yeah. Okay.
You don't hear like a loud clack of cobblestone, but like
Yeah. I mean, like, it could be a dirt road. It could be a path through a
it could be
forest. It
anywhere.
could be, yeah. Okay.
But they are able to ride quickly, which would mean that if it was a forest situation, it would have to be very sparse.
Okay.
So you could at least think it's more of a clear area, but that's all you got.
Okay.
And that goes on for the 10 minutes, is riding, like fully bundled up, scarf covering a lot of the face,
Mhm.
to not be, ripped apart by the wind over time. And
Yeah.
you are pulled back out from the river.
Well, he's alive. That's good. I don't know. I couldn't tell if he was alone or not. I couldn't tell much. He was riding. He was riding on horseback and he was bundled up. At the very least, I didn't think I saw anything that looked like blood, so. Horse was going at a good clip, so certainly even if he was injured, then the horse wasn't, so.
And it doesn't sound like bad news.
It's rather ambiguous news. It's good in that he's alive. He's alive, that much is good. I really got nothing else, though. I couldn't tell if the rest of his squad or the other people he was staying with are okay or not. Couldn't really tell if they were maybe riding a little farther out from him, or if I just couldn't really perceive them well because of the fact that he was moving. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not very well practiced with looking through scrying, so maybe if there was something to glean, I just didn't see it, but at the very least, he seems to be on his way somewhere very quickly, so I don't know.
Hmm.
You can always check on him again at another time.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe either tonight or tomorrow, we'll see. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else for the cart ride? Okay.
I think Roshan would send sending Pertha. She wondered how long we would be, and Roshan would update her and say, "It feels as if we're chasing our own tail sometimes, but we're getting closer to what I don't know." And that's nice and ambiguous, and he'll just leave it at that.
Right. Good. At least it's quiet here. I hear it's not so quiet in other places. I don't feel good about it. And that's the message.
Love that. Ominous. And then he'll tell the cart. Hertha seems to think that Galunder is great. Nice and quiet, but the quietude doesn't extend to other places, and I hope she means in the east. I hope
Because if she
what we
means
did.
also in the west.
I hope what we did in the west brings peace. If not between each other, then between us and the land.
What exactly are you referring to?
Roshan will give a nice little sweep of the lantern and look for anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can give me a
Nana will look
perception check,
around while
Roshan.
That's a
Nana will give
25.
him help. Nana will give him help. Advantage.
25.
Hell yeah.
You don't see anything.
Love that. I love not seeing anything. Roshan will tell them about how they did a ritual in Galunder to stave off the corruption, and I think this has already been shared a bit, but he'll go into
This
detail
was already
about the
shared.
ritual and say he didn't think it was supposed to radiate as far, but it seems that there's a chance it radiated out and filled or radiated further than we expected because we saw tendrils of the corruption bridging the gap and leaving the west to come east. Now, I wish we could just duplicate that here in the east, but I'm not ready to go grave robbing again.
Nor to find invaluable pearls, inscribe them with magical runes, have
we
a
still have
sacrificial
those.
lamb. Oh, we do still have those, do we?
Well,
Well,
what
we'll
would be
still
the
have to
point if it doesn't
find
actually get rid of it?
a sacrificial lamb to swallow them the day before you're supposed to die. It's too much. It's a ritual that is far beyond my ken, my ability, and most of ours, I think. And
And this ritual doesn't sound like something that's, I guess, actually purging it, if it just spread.
it seems as
It's
though
more like a
maybe it
Band-Aid.
just forced a bubble around Galunda and forced the corruption out of it, is sort of what it seems like based on what I've observed. With the exception of the things that Bosch was able to bring into Galunda after the ritual, which I don't know how he did, unless perhaps his sigil allows him to circumvent things like
Something powerful.
the ritual
Jeez.
barrier. I don't know.
For that, I think he's able to bring them in, but not grow them there. I think Galunder, the ground has been purged of the corruption, and nothing shall thrive there. Hopefully, ever again. I'd have to look in at the statue and do a lot of arcane math, but I think it's still susceptible to if Bosch were to bring in another wagon full of cages of tooth beasts. I think anywhere is susceptible to that until we kill him or purge the East of corruption as well.
And I'm not sure what can be done about duplicating that process, even if we wanted to. There are a lot of variables. I'm certainly not the expert in the arcane that Roshan is, but do we need someone that was Golveg touched like Ave to contain these pearls, or do they need to be slew by Gongnir, or is there some intention that needs to follow that? There's Dagwood's ritual, all of it. We
I hope
don't
they
know the
don't need to
importance of
be
any
Golveg
step of it.
touched anymore because Golveg's dead.
But do they need to be touched by a god? Is something special about Ave in particular?
Well, yeah.
I don't know that we could duplicate this if we wanted to.
If we had the time, I feel confident that we could, but we don't have that as a resource right now.
If we had the time, I'm sure that you're the only one that could figure that out, but right now I don't think that any of us know.
I'm sorry. I wish we had something we could bring, some fruit of knowledge from this whole quest that we did in Ave's name, but only more questions. Maybe we'll find some answers at the library.
At the library.
To the library.
The library!
You all continue forward. Anything else for the daytime?
Nana will play Odin's Ruin. This is her coping mechanism now.
Dice go click clack.
Hooray!
Dice are rolled, labs are had.
You all make your way forward. The day seeming uneventful, nothing stands out to you, Fen, in the definition of stony eyes. Nothing that really fits any of the multiple sets of criteria that you all have set for that. But you eventually have to set up camp for the night. Anything while at camp, boys.
Fly.
And they fly.
Fly, fly, fly.
Why not?
Seeing a pattern.
You know what?
We're scoping out the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
We haven't
that's
rolled
not
a
a bad
single
idea.
perception check.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we're looking for
Yeah,
stuff.
For sure.
definitely. Not just bugs.
Mm.
Also, things.
Anything else? While people fly and cook dinner and do all those sorts of things. Anything in particular?
Nana will wait to have a little bit of a extra assistance before the next time she tries bonding with Thick Biscuit because she is also getting tired of this shit.
Hey man, I only want you guys to succeed.
I understand. I know.
I just want
I
you all
know
to win.
this. I know this, and I love you.
Do you have the spells to enhance your ability?
Shut up. I do, yes. I could just do this on my damn self.
Well, that just
but
gives you
I don't know if I
advantage
can
with
do that
speak
at
with
the same
animals.
time
Yeah,
as-
you cannot. You do not stack advantage.
Oh, you already had advantage from speak with animals.
Yeah, with speak with
Yeah.
animals, yeah.
Oh well.
Mm.
Well then, when Roshan gets back, he'll guide you, even though he does not really like Big Horse.
Well, hopefully
It's a very
if,
big horse.
If Nana can make a good connection with Big Horse, you won't have to worry too much about Big Horse accidentally stepping on you because she'll make sure he's very careful.
Love that.
Okay. So you're
you get
doing
a
guidance?
D4. Yeah.
There you go.
Add a
So you have
D4?
advantage and a D4.
Magnificent.
Animal handling.
God bless you. Thank you. Let's see what we can do, boys. God fucking damn it. Ah! The dice don't want me to. They don't want me to. The highest I have is a... Nope, that's a 12.
Oh.
Oof.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm
No,
going to
it's
put
okay.
this on the
Yep.
table because I think work counts for something. And this is for everybody who's trying to communicate with an animal.
Fair. Uh-huh.
If this is a constant occurrence now for the rest of this trek, like for a week, a solid week, you guys have
Yeah.
known these animals for so long,
Yes.
you can get it earlier if you roll the 20.
Okay.
But there is a set time where at least you will have bonded with an animal, and Fen, you can pick another person that this bird knows and will fly to. Because this is
So
very
a
sad,
week of
Rangers. I just want the
concerted-
Rangers to do this.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to
It's
have
like
it.
it's just the
Just want
dice
you to
don't
have
want
it.
us to.
They don't
I
want
don't
you
know
to.
why. I
So
don't know why, but I
will say
appreciate that.
that there is a chance after some time it could happen, but you can't just stop working on it and expect that
then
outcome.
pick it
So you
back
still have to
up.
keep working on
Okay.
it. But
Okay. But like a
now
week
there's
of
a
solid
now
effort.
there's a timetable.
Okay.
Now there's a
A
new
week of
timetable.
solid effort. We'll see if we
There
can
you
do
go.
it sooner.
Hey, maybe.
These dice don't think so, but I believe in them more than they do in me.
I believe in you guys. I believe in you. And we'll see you in a week if not.
Exactly.
So Fenton's gonna try to outsmart Jenny. He's gonna work on getting her to recognize Nana,
Okay.
but he's gonna start with food, but he's gonna try
Mhm.
and Simon Says her, like go get Nana and have Nana use the food, and then like go get Nana,
Okay.
have Nana use the food, and then like see if he can trick her into like going to Nana when not
Without the
using the food.
Any assistances
Yeah.
added to this?
Oh yeah. If you want it.
Fen will gladly take any help he can to make this little bird cooperate.
Yeah, you got
So
it,
Nana
buddy.
will give you
Owl's
advantage.
wisdom. Yep.
Roshan will cast spells.
Giving
Bells.
so you have you have advantage and a D4.
Advantage in a D4. All right.
Let's
We're
see.
just
Not gonna make it 20.
the dice don't want it. I
No,
don't
it's a
know why.
That's a 16 overall. That's
What?
sad. It's sad.
What the
Hey,
hell, man?
Jenny
Okay.
starts to go,
Okay.
but she's a smart little bitch.
Uh,
And
she's like, I didn't
she
see
does
food
it-
over there.
she does it once, and then it is hard to get her to replicate that because there wasn't food that time, and she's upset about it. But you got her to do it once without food, but it was a trick to get her to do it. But she did it.
Uh,
Hmm.
okay,
Can be
technical
done.
win is a valid win in this case.
I don't know about that.
We'll keep working with you. It's all right. You just need to learn to trust us. We're all nice people here. We mean the best for you. Get some rest.
Blank bird
I'll
eyes
give
staring into the void.
She gets scritches anyways. It's fine.
Oh yeah. She is perfectly content hanging out with you all day. That does not bother her at all. She's happy to be here. Other people in like working and doing things takes work, but you got a bird. Bird's in. Bird's in it to win it. If it is about food and getting scritches. But are we at the bubble? Perfect.
Yes.
It is bubble time.
Now is bubble time.
Now is the time to bubble. You all, eat dinner, getting ready for bed. Roshan, you hear a voice in your head, but it's different than the sendings, and you recognize it to be the shadow. Would you sing for me?
I think Roshan would look around to try and catch a glimpse of the shadow, and then once he does,
Mm-hmm.
nod stiffly. And is the bubble there? Have we done? Is bubble time?
Yeah, the bubble is
Yes.
currently up.
Great. And I think Roshan would sit down in there and start humming the bubble song.
Mm-hmm.
And probably only do that a few times before he changes his tune and starts singing other things.
What kind of things would Roshan sing? Just an idea or an energy or.
Um, his first. So depending on how long, but
Mm-hmm.
I think first he would go into basically the Gulveg hymnal, and he probably knows that thing cover to cover anyway, and would just start humming all of the Gulveg songs he knows, and then uh, eventually, depending on how long, he would get bored of that, and then start singing the songs that he and his sister used to sing together, and that he and his sister made up together. Songs that haven't gotten sung in years.
Okay. You can see that the shadow sort of lays down next to you and just seems to be listening. And you hum and you sing. Um, everyone in the bubble, Roshan has been singing for an hour. I'm sure there's points where like people join in because it's just like, and we're around a fire and we're singing a song. Oh, we're still singing some stuff, and we're still like.
Nana is just having a great time because it's been way too long since she heard Roshan sing for any length of time. Way too long. She's
And
here for it.
speaking of such, Roshan, could you give me a performance check?
Sure.
Get it, buddy.
That is only a 15.
Okay.
Pretty low on the dice, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dice don't want us to nice things.
Roshan has been singing for an hour and a half.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Roshan has been singing for an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh my.
Roshan has been singing for 2 hours now.
Does he normally go this long?
I don't think I've
What
ever
brought
heard
this
him
on?
sing this long for a continuous period of time ever. As long
He's
as I've
usually a
known
lot
him.
better than this.
Well, that's not very nice, but
I will say it sounds pretty good to you guys. It's about something else that I needed that check.
Mm.
Oh,
Good hum, good hum. Roshan, you can feel that there is a growing distance between you and the shadow, which kind of encourages you, like something is happening. You are not just
Send.
singing and the shadow is just sort of like laying there, like hoping things work. You feel like something is currently happening. You just don't have a lot of insight into what it is. The bubble's pretty warm. Like, it was always like a solid, like, nice room temperature, just something warm and cozy. It feels like kind of hot now.
Are
Like
we
the
feeling that as well?
temperature. Yes, all of you feel the temperature rise in the bubble. Just a little bit, but it's a little noticeable. Just a little. It's not painful. It doesn't hurt. But there's like a little sweat where you have to like kind of, take a scarf off or a jacket. But it's a little hot.
Nana will bring a water skin over next to Roshan. Kind of just set it down next to him. And just kind of like low-key check on him. Is he doing okay? Is he okay?
Roshan, how you doing?
I think Roshan looks nervous, but also thankful for the water, and he'll take a couple quick glugs in between phrases and stuff. But we'll give Nana a couple thumbs up.
Can Keld see any sign of the
Fine.
shadow?
Okay. Not
Keld, go ahead and give me, for shadow-based roles in you, I think I might do insight. Just
Hmm.
that makes
intuition
sense.
of its energy.
Insight into energy.
Keld
I'm
needs
insightful
to
based on
vibe
energy.
check.
I will read his auras. Oh.
I need to check these
Well,
vibes.
Just the vibe of the thing, you know?
I just want to know the vibe of it. Just asking for everybody here.
Can I catch
Um,
any vibes with a 7?
Buddy.
The dice do not want us to have things.
They
Yeah.
don't. What is going on today? New Year's 2023.
Yikes.
Keld, you do see something.
Hmm?
All of you see something.
Hmm?
You watch as the kind of normal there's a bit of a shine to the inside of the bubble
Okay.
that keeps the place illuminated and has this kind of just almost sheen to it, almost where you could see yourself if you get up close to it.
Okay.
And you watch the section behind Roshan, and Roshan, you would know where the shadow's body stretches to, laying out flat, darkens. That side of the bubble going dark. And you can see bits of as if something blocking a light, kind of shadow kind of leaning over onto Roshan and his space. And Roshan, you can see movement now from the shadow in this space.
I think he would turn to get a good view.
You guys watch Roshan turn in. Yes, Fen?
Fen would absolutely draw his bow on this thing. This is our special little bubble. Fen has never seen a shadow
This
before.
is all I have! Pulls out the bow and arrow.
This is my only house.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
He's gonna hold that and be like, "What the fuck is that?"
And the thing is, you all can see the darkening of this space. You do not see the movement of the shadow itself, but it is a dark spot in this area.
Also,
A
is
little
it
alarming.
magical darkness? How does that affect? Like, is it something that Fen's dark vision is like? Oh, that's
You
really
can't
fucking
see
dark.
through it, Fen. You can't see
Yeah.
through it.
That's yeah.
You are now up, bow drawn.
Is that just
Roshan, you
normal
turn.
dark or
Roshan, step
that-
back.
advanced darkness?
Roshan, you watch as the shadow beneath this shadow that you can see clear as day. You can see the darkness, but you can see just a deeper set of shadow where the body is. And you watch it snap at the center, as if it rose up quickly just from the chest. And the arm flops to the side and the side. And then it relaxes. Roshan does not heed, stepping away. And you watch as the rest of you can see that this darkness is slowly increasing in size, starting to move up the edge of the bubble. Roshan, you can see the shadow looking at you. Immediately, you know it's different. The shape is different. The consistency of it is different. It is solid and in place. And there seems to be a laxness to its body. There is a confidence there, an energy moving and radiating off of it. And it is bigger than the shadow was when it laid down. This one larger in size, sort of now in its position, bending to a bit of the curve of the bubble itself, and is looking at you as you can feel the heat of the bubble around you. Magic thing. Oh. Tiny. Breakable. A baby. And it is encompassing the space above you. It looms as if a parent over a crib. It is the only thing you can see before you, Roshan.
Can we hear that?
You don't hear anything. There is a low hum. There is a humidity in the space. Something doesn't feel right. It is a visceral feeling that almost, it's like on the verge of being sick.
Roshan,
You don't feel that, Roshan.
Is this something normal?
I think Roshan is transfixed on it and will put a hand up just to assuage you, and will resolutely look on to this more threatening, menacing shadow, and reach out with his hand toward it, or reach out with his hand toward it in the intent to reach out for the hand of friendly shadow. Somewhat looking past whatever this is and trying to find and gesture to what he's familiar with.
It moves like liquid, wanting your attention, wanting your focus. That one was incredibly cruel to you. Oh, we all felt it. And you watch the shadow's eyes move over to Fen, who has an arrow trained in the direction of this large, encompassing shadow. If you ask me, he could know pain. Over and over. Sweet thing. I know you have made a deal once, but what if we amended it? You and I. Something else.
Can Keld cast Divine Sense?
100% you can. This darkness illuminates before you.
Jesus.
The whole thing. Do you want him to hurt? It would be easy. Fen, I'd like you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh boy.
Cool, I'm the best at
Oh.
those.
Oh boy.
I got an 11.
Well,
Great.
that's consistent.
Fen, your hands go a little lax on your arrow.
That's not a good thing for them to do.
No, it's strange. But your hand does reach for your kukri.
I do have advantage against being charmed, if this matters. Or
Sure, you can roll it with advantage.
Okay. That's a 16. That's better.
Okay. Everything stated still stands.
Oh God, buddy.
I got a +0, man. It's just what comes up
Yeah.
on the dice for
16
Charisma
is
saving
very
throws.
You all watch Fen pull out his kukri. And just holds it up to his own throat. Just Just, Fen, you are fully aware that what's happening is like, you are aware your arm is doing what it wants and you are stuck in place. But you can't stop it, it just holds it there. You could ask, is that what you want? And a new deal, one that makes sense. Is that what you would like?
I think
Can you put your arm
Roshan
down?
in the moment uh, smiles defiantly and increases his volume, no longer just humming but singing instead.
Can we
There
help?
is. You all. Nana, if you feel like you gotta start singing, you gotta start singing.
You know, I've got my panpipes.
Just like looking at Fen like.
Yeah. Could I cast a 5th level dispel magic on Fen to try to get rid of whatever that is?
Sure.
Make it
Fifth
stop.
level?
Do it. 5th, yeah.
1 second. Yeah, okay, Fen. It is a strange sensation, and Nyx, it has never worked like this before, where it seems like it's working, but you are actively pushing against it. It is not immediately dispelling, but you have it so that the knife is now not right up against the throat, and you are currently holding it at bay. That is currently what you are doing, is stopping it from digging into the skin as it was. Roshan, this shadow leans in and looms close. And it's very solid in its appearance, but then you watch as part of it, as the shadow you are more used to, sort of moves and bends. Multiple heads move in and back and around. A twitch of the shoulder, the size starting to vacillate in different places. And a soft laugh slowly echoes through the place. The rest of you swear you could hear soft laughter. You call my name, and I will come to you. Call me. And this darkness is pulled back into a smaller container. Fen, your arm drops immediately because, you weren't trying to stab yourself. And the shadow itself is now in that space. You all see nothing now, except Fen, or not Fen. Fen, you're dealing with your own purpose right now. Keld, because you have your divine sense, and you can see the change in size, the same energy, the same sense, but it has shifted ever so slightly and gotten much smaller and more humanoid in shape. Roshan, you are looking at the shadow who looks to you, seeming a bit frazzled. Are you okay?
Roshan will keep singing, but also nod and look to the shadow for, I don't know, whatever the shadow might want to tell him in this moment.
I just want to know what the rest of the team is casually doing.
Nana's checking on Fen.
Fen is
definitely.
traumatized. Fen has kicked his kukri away, probably out of the bubble, dropped to his knees, and Fen is traumatized.
Oh no. Oh buddy.
Oof.
Oh, Nana's doing what she can. Not a lot she's equipped to give, but a hug is better than a good berry in this case.
All I have are berries.
Or
Um,
hugs.
the shadow looks to you, Roshan, and like raises a hand and sort of gently touches your lips in kind of a you can stop gesture.
He will, and then continue staring.
I can tell you what I saw. What happened here? And sort of is looking at the situation in the bubble. Kel, do you see the thing like turn its head and then stop and is like kind of, you can assume, looking at you? And then turns its gaze back to Roshan.
Keld has his hand on his sword, just like the hilt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're unnerved.
What happened here?
Is it asking?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, babes.
I thought it was just starting a sentence here.
No.
What happened here is
Yeah,
this.
tell
Please
me.
tell.
Go
Tell
on.
me what? I don't know.
Do it.
Both of us don't.
Roshan will tell the shadow, you stretched off into a dark distance, and that darkness grew, and out of it stepped something that threatened me and threatened my friends. But I trusted that you would come back. And you did.
Oh, just quick question. Was that just out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So all of you are privy to what Roshan is saying, facing something that the rest of you cannot see besides Keld. Would you like me to speak so that all of them could hear me, or is it just for you?
You're not a secret. You may speak freely.
I would like to explain myself. Roshan begins to speak, but the cadence is different. The octave a bit different. I am a friend, and I want to explain what I saw. I have been recently trying to figure out who I am, what I am, and I realized I am more than one, or I am pieces. I don't know. Roshan said they would be a tether for me, so that I could go talk to the pieces. And so I went. And I could hear Roshan's voice as I went into this dark space. I could not see, but it was a banquet hall. There was nowhere to sit, but I was at a table. There was no one there, but I heard them and could feel them. Large and looming, bigger than myself, smaller than myself, encompassing. I asked, "Who are we?" And a voice replied, "We are nameless in all planes, dead on earth and in mind, except one. One of them, these voices, these pieces, seemed upset that we chose to heal me with a power we had put in reserve. thinking of other uses. And during this, there was a low growl that I could hear. Something that moved through the space. Undertones of voices. I informed them that Roshan's safety matters. They all agreed. I asked why we were here, and they all responded in unison. The words I was able to pick out were opportunity. One said need, one said force, and it was words upon words, answers upon answers. I told them I wished to understand. A man's voice, deep, low, rumbling. He said, understand this. A thread is loose. Find this thread and we can be reknit. Another voice responded, how safe everyone will be. You want to protect them, yes, and I want to protect them. I want people to be safe. That's all I have ever wanted. And I work towards it. I don't know why. And then that voice said, speaking of everyone, I would love to speak to our boy. And I was pushed further back. And I came back as quickly as I could. I am sorry if you were hurt. I will not do this again. And the shadow kind of moves out of your space, Roshan. Still present, but you are now more in control of your body and voice.
Was that your shadow friend?
Yeah. It was.
Okay.
Seems like there's more than one.
The shadow in the past has said they were in pieces, and that one of their pieces lay here in the east, and perhaps that is the thread they were talking about. But I don't know. I still don't know who or what they are.
Is there any chance that this is somehow connected with Rose?
He'll look to the shadow to see if there's any reaction at that question.
The shadow looks to you, and you don't know if it's been just looking at you the whole time as you had turned away to address your friends. I don't know. And now I am not sure I want to. I don't know what a whole me is. Reknit. I do not want to.
Did it say that out loud again?
It did not say it through your mouth.
Okay.
So you were the
Only
only
for
one who
you.
heard it.
Yeah.
Then Roshan will reply. You're not sure if it has anything to do with Rose or not. I'd always operated under the assumption that it did, but it seems we're no close to unraveling that sweater.
Well, it I don't know. Sounds to me as though these other elements of your shadow friend, it sounds like passengers along for the ride with them and can take their place, it seems, if they choose to exert themselves. Does that seem accurate?
Roshan will speak to both the shadow and his friends and say, the one that stepped forward to talk, the one who threatened us. Sorry, I lost the train of thought. What did you ask, Nana?
Hello?
Uh,
Oh,
Nana was kind of trying to sketch out an idea of like what
Oh yeah,
is happening with the shadow. Kind of just seeing it secondhand, she's trying to piece together
yeah. So
how
Roshan
this is appearing.
continues. The one that came here and threatened my friends said that I need only call for it and it should arrive.
Did it give a name?
No,
Does it
I
expect you to know it? Did it sound familiar?
no, not that I could tell, but I think in terms more primal than that, I don't need a name to call upon it. With the right intention, I could if I needed to.
I hope you won't need to.
I don't plan on needing to. I hope.
okay.
Sorry for
Yeah.
interrupting rest, everyone.
Roshan, you couldn't have known.
Thought we were just gonna do some humming and meditation. So
Well, it
Like an
started
astral
off like that.
projection, or, you
Yeah.
know.
I'm
Nana is kind of like tending to Fen this whole time, kind of like making sure that he's got a blanket on top of his cloak and pressing a water skin into his hand and checking on him from time to time. She's not touching him over much any more than she has to.
Yeah, Fen is sufficiently shook that Nana's touch is not gonna bother him. He's
Oh, but
Fen's a little fucked up right now. He's
yeah.
not doing well.
Yeah, binding tends to not be Fen's favorite thing to happen to
Would.
him. And it's happened a couple of times, so
Quite an intrusion.
yeah, Nana's keenly aware of that. So she's just kind of minding Fen for the time being. She's
Okay.
kind of keeping an eye on Roshan, trying to see if he's doing okay, but like Fen is urgently in need of some help, so that's where her attention is first.
The temperature in the space has slowly dropped back to the set temperature the bubble started at. The thickness in the air gone. The space is as it was. And Keld, you watch as just the tail end of your divine sense fades off of a celestial, one that you have seen on a few occasions now. And with that, I think that's enough for today. Thank you
Oh,
all so
boy.
much for being here. We really appreciate it. We love telling you guys a story. here at the Dice Cult, we got stuff and things. If you'd like to keep up with what we've done so far, you want to catch up. Hey, how did we get here? You can head over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult, where you could watch old Bog episodes, or you can watch one shots, other D&D games, Vampire the Masquerade. We got it there. Go look. If you'd like to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. If you'd like to keep up with us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram and Twitter. Once again, thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. We love telling you guys the story, and we'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.
Night.